What's going on, crew? You're watching 4th and 5 presented by Ortho Arkansas, and it's time to get into that game tape. A lot to talk about post Auburn, Arkansas. Arkansas did what they needed to do to win that football game 24-14. Let's go ahead and pick up. I know y'all want to get right to it. I've heard a lot of anticipation about the video breakdown, so I won't make you wait any longer. I'm going to start with the first drive of the game on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not going to do play for play. I'm just going to pick out a few. Let's pick up this first down at 15. This is after a penalty. But as we can roll the tape right here, this is something that pops up on tape. My tight ends, I need them to start doing a little bit better. Now, this breakdown, we're going to take a second to look at the tight ends, but let's roll that back. And these right here, you just have to win your one-on-one battles. And both of them, as I press pause, just getting blocked. Or not blocked, just getting covered, not creating a lot of space. Now, I know Taylor already made his mind up. I think they made it an emphasis to get the ball to Broden. You're going to see that as the breakdown gets on. Still, Broden struggling in these one-on-one matchups. I think they really wanted to challenge him this game. He just doesn't do a great job as of now of creating space and stacking the DBs once he kind of gets past them. He lets them push him to the sideline and just leave nowhere to throw that ball. But tight ends, we got to show up in this game plan. I'll talk more about them here in a second. All right, let's go ahead and keep it rolling as that incompletion hits here. I'm going to go to this 3rd and 10 right here, and this is where Taylor is special, no doubt about it. Picks up the first with his feet, but let's roll that tape back and see exactly what happened. Actually, I think I have a view that'll show a little bit better. Blackstock, y'all, he's been struggling quite a bit. This is going to be a slide protection. Now, I wish I had Grant Cook here with me to maybe break this down and explain it. Let me roll it back real quick. I'm going to say, and Grant can correct me later on the week if he wants to, he just does a bad job of not getting depth in his pass pro. I think he tries to close the gap way too much. Now, that maybe is what he's being taught. If that's so, just based off what I've seen on tape so far, it may be time to switch that up. We have to get them some depth because teams now know if they bring multiple guys up to the line of scrimmage and drop some at the snap, it causes so much confusion for our offensive line and our running backs to pick up these blitz. So I think if you have depth, it'll give you a little bit more time to sort it out, as you can see right here. So he's working his way out. Right now, the guy that is kind of on the right shoulder of Luke, I think that's who he's anticipating blocking. But the thing is, he kind of goes with Luke for a second, and then the other defensive end gets pressure. I think if you have more depth, you give yourself time to sort that out. So here we go once again, just really struggling in the pass pro when it comes to Blackstock on the offensive line. But when you got Taylor Green to work magic, you can make things happen. Another interesting one right here, as you can see, he's kind of thrown off of his back leg. Pressure coming in once again, and I think the offensive line still struggling to figure this out. Now, Taylor knows pressure's coming, and that's why he got the ball out. But once again, now, Broden complained for a holding call. But this is just when you need your guys to step up and make plays. I don't care if they hold, no excuse. This could be a big-time play. You can see, let me press play and pause right here. You got him beat. You got him beat. Now, if it's a hold, I apologize. But sometimes you need guys to kind of fight through that and make plays. I think if you're 6'7", see where that ball is right here, you have to have better awareness, body awareness to be able to high point the ball. For him to be so tall, you don't see him really do that a lot. He doesn't high point the ball at all. You got to use your frame to make that play. I think he has the potential to pick up that first. All right, let's move along. 2nd and 10. And we can see right here, Taylor just doing what Taylor does, makes him almost forgot about that. Karate Kid in the house. Great read by Taylor. That was fun to see. Another one right here being extremely patient. And when you got a quarterback that can do that, make plays with his feet, man, that's special. All right, let's pick up this 2nd and 1. Big shout out right now. Offensive line, I'll say this will be an interesting one. I'm going to show you some love, and I'm also going to come at you a little bit because there's just so much on tape that there's still so much room to grow and learn. And it's at that point in the season now where I don't have much patience. Let's figure it out. Too many mental mistakes, but y'all are showing a lot better signs of doing a really good job in the run game. You can see this right here. Just great push up front, top to bottom. Center working up to the second level. Braun trying his best, even though he's in a bad spot, to just hold on, hold that block. That's enough for Jaquindon to get through, lower his shoulder. That's great effort right there from the offensive line. This is interesting. I'm going to press pause right here. I told you all about 2 weeks ago, Jaquindon Jackson. He's going to be that type of player where you're going to have to just make peace with him making some mental mistakes. And here's another one that popped up on tape. And the crazy thing to me is you're going to see Talon kind of put him in place. I believe he's supposed to be running a wheel route. I'll explain that here in a second. But the guy is explosive. He's dynamic. If he can just cut down on the missed assignments, whoo, it's going to be next level, y'all. And he is getting better week by week. I will say that. All right, here we go. Let me start this back over from the beginning. You can see Talon moving him to the right side. He already lined up on the wrong side. And this is where I believe he's supposed to run a wheel right. See this linebacker right here? That's who has him defended. You have this shallow coming across to create some traffic, and you can see Talon's eyes are looking to him. We're going to get that ball out quick. This is 2nd and 9, and really all he has to beat is that linebacker chasing him from behind or the safety over the top. Ball needs to be out right now, but, yeah, for some reason he cuts this guy. This is almost exactly what he did against Oklahoma State when he was supposed to be the guy running out for a screen, and he ends up cutting pressure when he saw it last minute. You can tell there's just still a lot of confusion going on in his head. I know you're saying that other shallow with Has is coming across, but by the time Jaquindon would have caught that ball, he would have been up the sideline. Now, I assume this is what's supposed to happen, but then I got affirmation from Coach Bobby Petrino. Take a look at Petrino on the sideline. This is the Coach Petrino I knew. Coach, I knew you was in there somewhere. I knew he was in there. He's been hiding this whole time. But when stuff like this happens, it brings it out of him. Let me go and press play right here. After he throws an regret, look at Coach P looking right at Jaquindon Jackson. Oh, I could probably fill in the blank right there. I remember those days. That confirmed to me that Jaquindon did the wrong thing. That was supposed to be a big-time play set up, and they have a mental lapse out on the first drive of the game. That puts you in a 3rd and 9 situation, and here we go again. Just the confusion. I sometimes really don't understand it. I believe this is a slide protection again, but I need Grant Cook to come help me out. Make sure y'all tune in Thursday for that. Slide protection. If he gets more depth, he gives himself time. But I'm thinking what Grant said against Oklahoma State, most dangerous man. You got this dude right on your shoulder trying to come through the B gap. One would assume, based off what you see up front, even if that's her responsibility, this is sometimes where experience comes into play, where you say, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm seeing this develop in front of my eyes. Let me go ahead and get to my guy to make sure I can get this protected up. Just letting guys run free. I don't get it. Slows us down, ended up not even getting a field goal, missed a field goal, 0-0. Defense. Whoa. First drive of the game, and you can tell what Coach T. Will was going to do. He was going to bring pressure. Now, they did a good job getting the ball out, but linebackers blitzing on every play. You can see right in front of his face. Yes, he gets the ball out, makes the guy miss, but you see guys flying around, guys jumping over people. Got to love seeing that. A second play of the first drive. More pressure coming up front. Letting them know this is what you better get used to. I think what they saw on tape with the backup that was now starter, Hank Brown, I think's his name. Can't remember, to be honest. But they knew against New Mexico State he had all the time in the world. They really didn't dial up the blitz, the pressure. And they just knew, I think, if they just came at this guy nonstop, he was eventually going to be put in a pressure situation and make some bad throws. And as y'all know the stat line, that's exactly what happened. But this is what I think is really cool right here. Auburn does a great job with this little jet sweep. They had a great play call right here. It is what it is. But this is what Auburn tried to do. So they run that play, okay? And then they're going to set it up a couple plays later. I'm jumping ahead to the interception. And look at TJ Metcalf. The discipline and play recognition that is how, y'all, this is big time. As I play right here, you can see they just ran this play a couple plays ago. The same jet motion, the same action with the blocks, but instead of blocking, these guys turn up field, and you can see TJ not being fooled by that. I do believe most guys would have went for that jet sweep, but he has his eyes. He's disciplined. This is awesome football right here, y'all. And he turns around, locates the ball. Woo! That's big time. That's not luck at all. That's just being a football player, being very instinctive. That was really special to see. All right, let's get the ball back. First down right here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Boom. Woo! All right. I know this is a big hit. People asking for helmet. I don't know. First of all, got to put your mouthpiece in. You can see him right there at the line of scrimmage. Tighten up now. This SEC ball. A lot of people put this on Talon, hanging his receiver out to dry, not getting it to him early enough. I don't necessarily agree. So what I saw on tape, or actually what I saw on the field, Broden was the outside receiver. And I believe when you have a crosser coming across just like Armstrong, the outside receiver needs to just blow the top of the defense and really push that corner back so Armstrong can come underneath. Now, from an angle I saw on another station or other broadcast, it looked like Broden kind of broke off to a post. Now, I'm not sure if that's what he's supposed to do. I just don't know why he would with this pass concept. So when he broke off to this post, it brought the corner's eyes back to the quarterback, and he realized I can pass him off to the safety now. Let me see what else is coming. And then he saw Armstrong coming across the middle, licking his chops. I can't say that's exactly what happened, but just with the pass concept, I would assume that would be the responsibility of the receiver on the outside. What else will help Armstrong right here? I talked about this last week. Our receivers have a tendency to float. Armstrong is usually the best at this, but as soon as he snapped this off, flatten this route out. He should be running in a straight line from here, the 31, all the way across. But you can see by the time he catches the ball, he's all the way at the 35. I think as a receiver, you need to attack the ball, especially in situations like this, and be very friendly to the quarterback. Always attack it. And usually Armstrong is great at this, but he floats 4 yards. And just think about if he had 4 extra yards right here. He catches this ball, and he has enough to brace himself and not take a big hit. Just a small little correction from the receivers. I think they get that ball completed. Moving on to the tight ends. This is what I was kind of talking about earlier. We got to do better. Washington, Gums, Luke, I love y'all to death, and I hate that we're even talking about this. But if we want the ball, we just got to do better. Too many times I see we're held up in our routes. Take a look at Washington right here, trying to get across. You can't allow that. You have to figure out a way to avoid this guy. You're an athlete, be one, and you have to show up. Just imagine if you are. I mean, it'll be an easy throw and catch. Taylor, be a first down. Tight ends getting the ball. And then also, as much as we're pass catchers or we're also involved in the run block, Luke's better than this. You see him on the right side of the line of scrimmage. An easy down block for the tackle and guard to come pulling around. Just a poor point right there. Misses this block. Lets the play get blown up in the backfield. And so I know people have been asking me why the tight end's not getting the ball. This was the first time I actually saw them on tape struggle. And so tight end to tight end, let's pick it up. I know y'all got way more in the tank than that for sure. Don't get frustrated. The ball will come. Let's still do our part. All right, let's pick up a 2nd and 8 right here. We are going to focus on the offensive line once again. Whew. All right. I'm going to go with Blackstock. Here we are once again. Now, right now, he's going to be setting out to 35. Now, yes, this blitz comes just a little bit late. They may have timed it up just perfect, but let's just pretend the blitz doesn't come and he's only focused on 35, okay? He's not going to work inside out. He's going to 35 right there on the end of the line of scrimmage. His footwork, I don't know. He has to do better with his kick slides. He has to get more depth. His feet are just so slow on edge rushers on the pass protection, and Talon just can't get any help. So take the other blitzer away. Just focus on Blackstock. Let's see how slow he is out of that stance. Now his shoulders are turned right to the sideline. That is the worst position you can be in as a tackle. Not doing himself any favors and putting so much pressure on Talon. Another one, this I'm going to point out again, very just slow with his feet getting to the point of attack. The thing with this one is he's going to try to cut this guy off. When you have a guy on the outside of you, most likely these defensive ends are going to slant. So you should just be hauling butt to get this cut off, but just very slow on the backside cutoff and allow this guy to get in and make a play in the backfield. I mean, you should know he's going there. That's very unfortunate to see on tape there. Let's move along to a 3rd and 4 situation. And this is 4th quarter, y'all. 8 minutes to go. This was the very impressive drive. And Talon does his magic once again, but you can see up front, there was communication right before the snap, or they had a guy walk in the box. The center starts pointing. They're changing their protection, and just another lapse. You can see the center doing the slide protection to the left and not being on the same page with the right guard, and they just let this guy come right through the middle of the line of scrimmage. I'm going to forget the suplex by Jaquindon Jackson, whatever. But that guy should have never just ran free through the middle of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4, pretty much game on the line. It's the 4th quarter, and you're only up 3. That could have been disastrous. That should have been a 4th and 15. But like I said, Talon picks up his thing. Poor little 22 couldn't catch up with Talon all day. All right, let's get to the defensive side of the ball. I just want to throw this play in there because it's impressive. I don't know if I've seen this. I watched a lot of football. I'm sure it's happened plenty. You can see Sori right here just lined up, ready to smack this running back in the face, and he does a little pump fake. That's creative. Hats off to you. That was pretty cool right there. Let's smack him in the face next time, though. Let's get to this D-line. Lack of pressure and not really doing a great job in setting reestablishing the line of scrimmage up front. I'm going to show you a couple of clips right here. Let's see. 2nd and 4. Look at the right side of the defensive line. I mean, just getting pushed off the ball. I mean, look at our tackle. Look at that. That's just we do a lot of catching for some reason. I'm not sure if it was in the game plan. You're just trying to keep everything in front of you, but not much explosion up front. We just sit back, wait, and we catch these blocks, and that's why. Look at the line of scrimmage right there. I mean, just reestablish 2 yards on your side of the ball. No wonder why this guy was running like that. Let's pick up a 2nd and 9 and a situation where they bring pressure. And so that pretty much means they almost have 5-on-5. But look, you have Landon on the right side. You got your DN on the left, D tackle. You got one-on-one situations across the board except for your D tackle. And this quarterback has the cleanest pocket he's had all day. Now, the reason I bring this up, if that happens and we bring that type of pressure and they block it up that easy, when we play quarterbacks who can actually throw the football, we're going to be in trouble. I have to figure out a way to get some more pressure on their quarterback and win one-on-one matchups. And just bull rushing and running upfield ain't cutting it at all. They got to figure it out. Here's another one right here, 3rd and 9 and 3rd and 9 and obvious passing down. Now they're going to work a stunt. What happens is this defensive end up top is he's going to kind of crash down and try to pick that guard so the D tackle can come around and get a sack. Unfortunately, I just don't think we have the dudes who can do that. You got to get there fast. You got to have some big-time athletes. I don't think we have the speed at the defensive tackle position to do that. However, as I go to the next play, forgive me for not doing my research, but 97, he's been the biggest mystery to me on the defensive side of the ball, probably the whole team, because when you walk past this dude, you instantly look up and be like, that's a grown-ass man. I mean, this dude looks the part. Trust me. And when I see plays like this, you can see he hopped in right here in the 2nd quarter. Just look how he reestablishes the line of scrimmage. At the snap, look at explosion. I mean, he picked that guard literally up off of his feet and pushed him back 3 yards. I mean, run that back one more time. I mean, that right there is impressive. The thing with him, though, he may give you one of these plays. The next 4 ain't no telling what you're going to get. It's an effort thing just from where I'm sitting. I don't know what's going on in practice. I don't know what's going on in the locker room or on the sidelines. But I see some plays like this. I just, if this guy can develop a motor and do that every single time, I don't know if he doesn't know the playbook. I don't know. But this play right here, this is a guy who can do something special if he can figure out how to do this more consistently, because that's big-time play right there. All right, let's pick it up 2nd and 8. This one right here, great move by Landon Jackson. I know he's been struggling. We ain't heard him, seen him at all. Finally got a good jump off the ball. Great with his hands right here. Now, when you're in this situation, Landon, I don't care if you barely miss, you have to make this play. If this happens against an opponent who's can actually score points and you miss free sacks like this, it's going to come back to hunt. You got to figure out how to finish that play when it's there to be made. Great move off the line of scrimmage. Just got to finish. Another one right here as we pick up. I think we need to do a better job attacking. Landon Jackson, he was kind of doing this all day, and I said we were put ourselves in positions to just catch a lot of blocks. I think right now, understanding nothing's kicking you out, and at least where the mesh point is, attack this. You're sitting here waiting, not picking the quarterback or the running back, and just letting them loose. Now, I don't get it. I don't understand. You have to pick one. I was talking to David Basil in the press box, and he looked at me. He's like, DJ, you got to pick one. I said, I agree, Baz. Luckily, Metcalf, who was all over the field on the defense side of the ball, showed up on that one. Now, all that being said, our defense did show glimpses, and I'm going to highlight Landon Jackson right here because this is impressive, and this is why I am hard on him sometimes because he has these plays in the tank. They're going to down block him right here, and they got him. Look at that. I mean, that's a big tight end or right tackle. I'm not sure what that is, but a down block. But watch him work back across his face. Look at that. And then he's the first one to the ball. 3rd and 4. That's 4th down. That's a big-time play by Landon Jackson. And so we know it's in the tank. We just need more of it. I can say that for about almost all the defensive linemen. All right, here we go. Offense picking it back up, 2nd 11. Man, my guy loves locking on his receivers. His eyes are on them, and wherever they go, he's following, and it's starting to show up on tape where the defense is picking up on it. And I'll show a better example later. But you have to he already has his mind made up. And the thing is, it's single high safety, and we're going to give Broden another shot, but you have to help him, all right? Don't take the safety over there with him. If you know that's where you want to go, fine, but at least don't stare at him the whole time. Maybe look at Armstrong and have the safety run to that side of the ball. But as we press play right here, even though he's locked on, look at Lucas coming up right around the 1st down marker. I never even looked at him. That's what I said. Sometimes you have to, as a quarterback, even if you really want to go somewhere, he didn't help the case with his eyes, but still be aware of the coverage and understand by what's happening up front, who's going to be wide open. Big miss right here to get the ball rolling. But you can see the ball's just a little bit underthrown. Now, he was taking some pressure, but that's why that safety is over there. His eyes just took him over there from the beginning of the snap. Now, once again, Broden. He's our big 6'6", 6'7" guy. We got to really work on high pointing. He tries to catch here too much. I mean, be 8 foot by doing this. Go high point the ball. Let's pick up a 3rd and 10 right here. No reason to leave the pocket. They're only rushing 3, right? Sitting here. Nothing's open. But as we slowly go, look at this dig route coming. It's starting to develop. It's right there at the 1st down marker. All you have to do is stay in that pocket. Everyone's blocked. No reason to run. This is another issue Taylor is starting to develop. He has a time clock now in his head, rightfully so, with the lack of protection he gets at times. But he has to know this is just a 3-down front, and most likely we're going to get this blocked up and let those windows open. He missed an opportunity to throw for a first right here. He was able to get the ball out of bounds and survive, but, punt team comes on, get the ball over. And then this one right here, this is right after our defensive interception. We threw the ball right back to him. This is the example I was telling you about earlier with his eyes, and I think the defense is really starting to pick up on it. So forget about Satanian. That's who he's going to be looking at and throw the ball to. But you can just look at Taylon's eyes. He's already to Satania. Now, as he's looking at him, this is crazy, all right? I've never seen this. You can tell that their defensive coordinators have told their defensive players, just look at the quarterback's eyes. He's not going to look you off. He's going to tell you where he's throwing the ball. The perfect example right here. Jaquindon Jackson running out, and this linebacker who seems to be going with him, but he has an eye on Talon. And he noticed right there, you see him immediately stop, even though his responsibility is going out there, going to be wide open. He doesn't care. He's looking at Talon's eyes because he knows Talon's going to take him to the ball. So he stopped going to his responsibility. That's how bad it is. And now he's starting to look for who Talon is looking at. And then you have this spy right in the middle just waiting on it. Wait till you see this angle right here. Eyes at it. Look at 35, looking right at him. He's literally just waiting to time up the jump. He's waiting. Yeah. Really got to do a better job about not just looking down your target the entire way. All right, let's go to it. So that was bad. Let's get a little good right here. 3rd and 13. And then as much as that just drove me crazy, I look at these plays and I'm like, this is the best quarterback in the country when you can do stuff like this. 3rd and 13. They try to bring a blitz. It gets picked up. Great job, offensive line. Look at Talon stepping up in the pocket right now. Everyone thinks he's going to take off and run. But he does a big-time, big boy move right here. Keeps his eyes downfield. Throws a strike. Picks up a 3rd and 13. That was a big-time play. Shout out Talon on that one. So like I said, he just back and forth with Talon. So I get he has his moments, But if we don't figure out how to have more consistency at the quarterback position, we're coming across some teams where we're going to be in some big time trouble. Maybe even starting in Dallas with A&M. Do I think A&M is great? No. Are they better than Auburn? Yes. Auburn was awful. It's like they didn't even know how to play offense. All right, let's get to a 3rd and 12 situation right here. And this is going to be the interception. All right, let me run this one back because this is on Talon and it's on Armstrong. They both get a minus on this play. We get that. So it's going to be a very difficult throw. I saw this one live, and I saw Armstrong right here do a great job with the inside stem. But let's just focus on Talon. Underthrown ball. As I pause right here, this ball needs to be going way more up the field. He just short threw it, and I'm going to tell you potentially why he did this in a minute. Even if the receiver kind of throws you that way, it doesn't matter. You throw him to where you want him to be. For sure, don't throw a pick. But Armstrong, great job. This is when the ball needs to be out right there. But you can see this angle right here, way too flat. Armstrong has to keep this high to give himself way more space between him and the sideline, and that would help the angle with this throw as well. Now, Talon, instead of throwing it to where Armstrong is going, he needs to redirect him with a better throw and understand the concept right here, but you can't underthrow this in a situation like that. Most likely it's going to be a pick every single time. Okay, so had the interception. And then I'm about to brag on Travis Williams. What he has done on that defensive side of the ball as a coordinator is nothing short of awesome. I love everything that I'm seeing. So we have a big pick. Momentum is shifting in Auburn's favor. And look what his defense does. I mean, the very first play after that interception, they try to take a shot. That's just what teams do. As soon as there's a turnover, they come out and they try to take a shot. And just look at the coverage. How many times in the past have we seen DBs not get their head turned around? He locates the ball, bats it down, big time man-to-man coverage. You see T. Will on the sideline. He's dialing it up. This is just 2 plays later, right after that interception, 3rd and 8. It's going to be tough man-to-man coverage. Just great technique. Come on, man. TJ Metcalf was all over the field. Now, as pumped up as I am about this, look at the defensive coordinator right here. If you don't love this, let's get it. Oh, man, he's pumped up. He's about to start flexing with his boys on the field. Let's get it. Then he's going to have to apologize to the ref. My bad. The ref said, calm down now. But, man, that's special to see. That's called building a culture on the defensive side of the ball. So much fun. Absolutely love what he's brought to this team. He got the game ball. First time ever. Sam Pittman's given a game ball, I think, to an assistant coach. So, well-deserved. No doubt about it. Fun tape to watch this time because I had some good things to talk about. Plenty to brush up before A&M. And the thing about A&M, a much better football team than Auburn, they were just awful. They don't have the quarterback situation figured out at all. So when it comes to next couple days here on 4th and 5, really going to dig into Texas A&M and give you exactly what you need to be watching for and what you need to be aware of ahead of this game if you really want a good idea of how you think it will pan out. Like I said, the tape never lies and it tells all. You just need to know what you're looking for and you can see everything. And so the mental mistakes, tight ends, you really got to step up if you want to be a part of the game plan. I'm challenging y'all this week because I know it's in there. Offensive line, when it comes to protection, again, they just need to get that figured out. I'm not sure what's going on in those meeting rooms, but I would say the first start is with depth in your pass protection to give yourself more time to get things figured out. Now, I didn't play offensive line, so y'all stay tuned for later in the week. Grant Cook is going to come on and let us know exactly what needs to happen up front to give Talon more time so he doesn't have to run for his life the whole time. And Talon, work on these eyes, bro. All right? You can use them. Control the defense with them and manipulate the defense with them. It's a weapon. We got to learn how to utilize that to open up windows later down the field. But it was a fun one. We'll win. Even if it was ugly, y'all are watching. 4th and 5. Wait, 1 second. Once again, if you like that and you want to see a little bit more of that, please hit that subscribe button. Y'all been great with that. And the guy that I saw at Kroger, I appreciate you too. You said you couldn't wait for the breakdown, so I rushed home and made sure I got it done for you. All right, wrap it up. Now you're watching 4th and 5.